Hey y'all, it's Heather from Compassion is the Secret Ingredient, and today I'm going to be making my chickpea egg salad. This recipe is amazing because it simply uses the things that you already probably have in your pantry, in your fridge, in your spice cabinet. We've got canned chickpeas, we've got some spices and seasonings, we've got vegan mayonnaise and some mustard, and all together it makes this really amazing little mixture that you can put on toast, you can put on untoasted bread, you can eat it just all by itself. However you want to enjoy it, you are sure to enjoy it, and it comes together so fast. Let's go ahead and get started so you can see just how quick and easy it actually is. First things first, we are going to get 2 cans of chickpeas and we're going to drain and rinse those. Now, if you'd like to save the liquid from the chickpeas, that's called aquafaba, then you're going to want to make sure that your strainer is over a bowl or something to catch that liquid. Okay, so I've gone ahead and drained and rinsed my chickpeas. I am going to let them sit here in their strainer for a few minutes just to make sure that as much water drips out of them as possible, because we do not want a runny chickpea egg salad. So while my chickpeas are draining, let's have a quick conversation about chickpeas versus tofu for vegan egg salad. There are a lot of recipes on the internet that you can find for vegan egg salad, and I would say probably half of them or more use tofu. The other portion are using chickpeas. The main difference here is going to be texture. So the tofu is going to have a more egg-like texture. I loved eggs before I went vegan, but I also thought that they were somewhat disgusting. I wouldn't want that texture. And also, I don't like raw tofu. Chickpeas have a really great texture to them that I feel like egg salad kind of needed. And so for me personally, that is the one that I go to. Okay, so my chickpeas have drained and I went ahead and put them into this container, which is microwave safe. That's important because my method for making chickpea egg salad involves microwaving the chickpeas. It softens them ever so slightly and it expands them. This is scientific, so don't quote me on this, but I've heard that it expands them so that then when they cool down, they shrink, and in that shrinking, they absorb some of the flavor that you're putting in. Again, food science. I'm not a food scientist. Don't quote me on any of that, but that's my belief on it and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go ahead and microwave them for about a minute. And then I'm going to feel them and see if I can squish them. And if I can, then we're good. If not, I'll give them another minute. It just kind of varies because microwaves are all different and sometimes they run hotter and sometimes they don't. And sometimes the dish itself can create more heat. So 1 minute at a time until you can pick one up and really give it a good squish. So my chickpeas were in the microwave for 1 minute. I am going to go ahead and pick up one and give it a little squeeze. It's still a little bit firm, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in for 1 more minute. Okay, so my chickpeas just got out of the microwave after a full 2 minutes and they are perfectly squishable. Okay, so we are going to take these chickpeas and make them little small pieces of chickpea, but we're not going to do that by pinching every single one by one. That would be ridiculous. What we are going to do is we are going to use either a food chopper or a food processor or knives or forks, however you want to do it. We are going to do a little shuffling here because my food chopper is somewhat small, and so it can only handle so many at once. I'm going to use a secondary container here, and this is the same container that I'm going to be putting my egg salad in when I stick it into the fridge. If you want to do that to save on dishes, just make sure that whatever dish you're using to help with this process has a sealable lid to it because you're going to need that. We really want this to be airtight when we put it into the fridge. I'm going to go ahead and start to put in my chickpeas. So that's probably about half the chickpeas, and I'm going to go ahead and start to process this. What we're looking for, no matter how you're doing it, is just that those chickpeas have been broken down, and we'll go through our egg salad mixture with ease and give us a better biting experience and texture rather than a whole chickpea. Okay, so this is what you're looking for. Some of the chickpeas remain whole, and that is okay. So I need to get the next batch processed. So I'm going to go ahead and just transfer this over into this extra dish that I have. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and get the next batch processed up. Remember, we're going to use this dish again, so don't put it in the sink. Okay, so the next round of chickpeas has been processed, and I'm going to go ahead and return those straight back into our large bowl because this is where we're going to add the remaining ingredients and get everything mixed together. And I'm also adding in the chickpeas that were resting in the other dish as well. First thing that you're going to add into this mixture is going to be vegan mayonnaise. I'm using Vegenaise, which is the OG. It's featured in the Things I Love section on my blog. If you're looking for product recommendations, I highly recommend that section. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup vegan mayonnaise going in here. We're also going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of mustard. Now you can use pretty much any mustard. I have used literally every single mustard: yellow mustard, stone ground mustard, spicy brown mustard. You could even do your own variation of like a honey mustard with a little agave. Today I'm using stone ground mustard, and I do prefer that because it has a little bit of texture to it. And again, we are playing with textures here. So of course I'm going to be choosing that. And I also prefer a good zesty mustard. So we just want to combine everything together. This is salt, pepper, dill, paprika. Did I say pepper? Onion powder, dried dill, salt, garlic, pepper, parsley, paprika, and turmeric. Add in all of that and give it a really good stir. Okay, so if you recall, we nuked these chickpeas, so they are warm. And I don't know about you, but warm chickpea egg salad does not sound appetizing. So I'm going to go ahead and take my chickpeas and transfer them back to that dish where I had let them sit a little while ago. Okay, so this mixture is going to go in the fridge. If you can leave it in there for an hour, perfection. If you really want it sooner than that, or if you just simply can't leave it in there for an hour, 30 minutes is probably more than enough time. This is all just about letting those flavors meld and letting this mixture cool down just a little. Okay, so my chickpea egg salad has been living in the fridge for the last hour. Scout's honor, I left it in the whole hour. Very proud of myself for that. How I like to serve it is on a cold piece of toast. Hear me out. I did not want my chickpeas warm. If I put them on a warm piece of toast, they're going to warm back up. So what I do is I toast my bread and then I let it cool down for just a couple minutes. And then you're just simply taking your chickpea mixture and scooping it on up here. Putting on as much or as little as you want. I like to eat it like this, open-faced, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a little diagonal cut here. It's time to give my chickpea egg salad a taste. For being made from pantry staples, fridge staples, and spice cabinet staples, this is so fresh tasting. You've got that hit of the dill and the parsley. You've got that zing from that mustard. This is so delicious. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me make my chickpea egg salad. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember that cooking with compassion can taste pretty damn good.